Hello, everybody. This is just going to be a quick review or a quick show and tell. What the hell? I'm gonna do more talking than showing because there's not a lot to this figure from the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Venom line. Is it or just the Venom line? I think it's just the Venom line. To coincide with the movie that came out this year, 2018. This is Scream, I believe, one of the symbiotes. Did I say that right? I don't know. I used to say symbiote. But that was back in the 90s. What do I know? I'm just an actual comic book reader. Not anymore, actually. I used to read Spider-Man. Spider-Man. In back in the 90s is when I really got into Spider-Man. I did read a lot of the 80s stuff when it was coming out and reread it as I grew older. And some of this, and well, a lot of the 70s and 60s stuff via my father's collection. So yeah, I was always into Spider-Man, and then the '90s were this is when this character was introduced. Is kind of when I started checking out. Things got a little wacky. I really like the Todd McFarlane run of Spider-Man. I really like how I like the whole. Was it Wendigo, Ghost Rider, and Morbius cameos. And but this is right after Carnage came out. You get all these crazy symbiotes, and this is one of them. And you know what? Not a very interesting comic from what I remember. Nothing, but I do like these Marvel. I do like what they did with the hair. That's kind of crazy. A lot of crazy sculpting there. These look very similar to the Carnage hands. This is the same body build buck that they use for a lot of the contemporary Marvel Legends females, which is okay because it looks very feminine, very sexy. But the problem is that it does have a defined butt, but that sacrifices the ability for it to move the legs backwards and even to the side all the way. And that has been my problem with a lot of these female bodies because this is the extent of where the legs can go. Unless you try to get creative here and do something weird, but you can't get all these. You can't do all the split all the way up. You can't have her do a super cool guile kick. You're kind of limited, and the torso articulation is fine. I wish they'd but I think in the future maybe the Marvel Legends will end up fixing that issue there with the females. But it does look very feminine. I'll have to say that it's not a bad character. The comics were going pretty good at the time. Up until the point where they started introducing too many characters. They were trying to go wild and crazy, and then it even got wackier. And this is right before the Ultimate Universe, a few years behind that, where they and before the Scarlet Spider, I believe. I really did enjoy Spider-Man 2099, and I really wish that I had a figure of that. Now, this came with a Venom piece. Was it the arm or the leg? Oh, my phone! The symbiote's taking over my hand and camera. Well, let me bust it out. I believe it was the arm it came with, and this is the big old Venom here that I've not completed because this is going to be another $20, and this is going to be another $20. Yay! Marvel Legends. By the way, I haven't finished my Sauron, and I love Sauron, but I'm not a big Deadpool fan, so that's really hard. I have to get 2 Deadpool figures to get this Sauron. I got the rest in the line, but yeah, I'm finding it really hard to do that and spend as much money as I need to. So I may just have to hit up eBay to get those pieces, which can be cool. But I still have some Build-A-Figures, and I may do a show and tell on some of the Build-A-Figures that I have not completed. I'm looking at you, Fin Fang Foom, and I wish Marvel had instead of doing this whole, hey, spend $500 and get Jabba's palace, how about you open something where you redo some of the old Build-A-Figure parts that you can get people to complete, or do something on Shapeways. I could paint it myself, I don't care, but there's a lot of stuff that I just don't have and I haven't been able to complete. Anyway, this is the Venom. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to get this guy, this Venom. I'm not going to say I'm a huge Venom fan because there's not a lot to Venom. And he's a relatively new character, but, when I was like 12, he was cool. So he's a cool character for 12-year-olds. But I don't know. He's okay. I always liked the McFarlane version of Venom with a closed mouth, and I think it was Eric Larson that started going a little bit crazy with the tongue. Eric Larson who started doing the Savage Dragon, which it'd be nice if Savage Dragon. I would say it'd be cool if he got an updated figure from the Marvel Legends line. He's not even Marvel, but I mean he's one of those characters that I didn't read too much of, but everything that I read with the Savage Dragon was pretty cool, and he did a Ninja Turtle crossover. But that's a different story, folks. Marvel Legends Scream, worth the $20? Probably not. I don't know. Unless you really want to get that Venom, which I do, and unless you're a big fan of the symbiotes, I'd say get her. I mean, she'd probably look good with Carnage and Toxin and Anti-Venom and Pro-Venom and Old School Venom. Yeah, I do kind of like these aesthetics. And she's one of the cooler symbiotes, so I'm glad they went with her rather than, let's say, what's the other one? What's his name? Not Toxin, but Riot, who just looks like Venom without the white thing on his chest. So anyway, it's an okay figure. I give it a B. I give it a B. No, a low B, C plus maybe. Could have used some paint apps in the back. Could have used some more accessories maybe. Could have used a hand swap out. Something. But the hair is really nice. Removable head. You can put it on another figure if you wanted to. You can use this for some other custom if you want to. I don't know. Worth $20? Not sure. Wait, maybe around Black Friday, maybe Amazon will have some of these out on sale. Anyway, till next time, guys. Thanks a lot. Feel free to make some comments below, and feel free to subscribe so you can get more Marvel Legends, Transformers, He-Man, and all that stuff.